Welcome everyone to the revision class of research tools. In today's class, we will apply three research tools. The first one is regression analysis. The second one is moving average. And the third one is autoregressive moving average. Also, in today's class, we will see that how a basic format of research paper is need to be written. What should be the settings? And the same you are supposed to submit me as your assignments once you are aware of the application of all the tools. So let us start with the application of regression first. Let me share my screen with you. Yes, I hope the screen that I have shared is visible to everyone. So first we will apply regression analysis. To apply regression analysis, I am going to the official website of World Bank and I am typing their GDP. Till the time I have downloaded the data, just understand that regression basically measures the relationship between dependent variable and independent variable. Some variables are impacted by other variable. Some variables are impacted by other variable. For example, GDP, the value of GDP depends upon many factors. Yes or no? Value of GDP depends upon many factors. So GDP is your dependent variable. And all the factors on which value of GDP is dependent, all those factors are your independent variable. So independent variable is the variable that impacts other variable. And the variable that is getting impacted, that is your dependent variable. And if we statistically, if we mathematically measure the relationship between them, we are calling it as regression analysis. So this is the data of GDP. I will click on enable editing. Then I will click on data. So here are data of different countries are available. So right now I am focused only on India. But if you want to write a research paper, you can download data of different countries and compare the regression values of it and see that which variable is impacting GDP in what way. So I will apply the filter of India. I will copy from year and also the values. And let me paste these values on the new sheet. So I will right click, paste special, and I will click on transports. So I will paste the transports of it. In this way, the data will be presented in the vertical format. This is the year. And this is GDP given to us. Now tell me, what can be the different factors on which value of GDP may be dependent? Many factors are there. Exports are there, imports are there, investment is there, FDI is there, capital formation is there. Many factors are influencing GDP. So for the time being, let us take an example of exports. I will go to Google. I will write exports data World Bank. Press enter. The official link of World Bank will appear in front of you. Just click on it. Similarly, I will also download the import data World Bank. The website is getting opened. Again, I will click on the official link of the World Bank. I'm just collecting the data for the time being. Once the data is collected, then the time for the application of tool will come and we will interpret all the results that we will achieve on the application of regression analysis. So I will scroll downwards. Here you can see the option to download and I will click on Excel. So that data is downloaded in the Excel format. Let me open the file. I will click on enable editing. Then I will go on the data tab. I will apply the filter Control Shift L. Then again, I will search the data of India and press OK. So this is the data of exports. Right now, I'm not copying and pasting the year because year is already copy and pasted. So data is starting from 1960. So here also data, as you can see, is starting from 1960. I will again paste the transports of it, paste special, and then I will paste the transports of it. So this is the data for exports. Similarly, I will extract the data of imports from the Google. From the World Bank website, I will scroll downwards. I will click on download Excel. Data for import is also downloaded. So whenever you need to apply the regression analysis, the first thing that you will do is that you will prepare your sheet. Once your sheet is ready, then it is the task of few clicks. Just by applying few clicks, you will be able to do your entire analysis. Again, I will apply the filter for India and I will click on OK. The data again is starting from 1960. Control C. And I will paste its transpose. Let me name it as imports. Shall I take one more variable? You can do with two variables also, one dependent, another independent. One should be dependent. Independent can be any number. It's up to you. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let me also download the data of capital formation. Capital formation, World Bank. I will write capital formation, World Bank. Yes, so here you can see gross capital formation data, percentage of GDP is given. And if you remember, the data for GDP, export and import is not in percentage. So my preference is that I will not take this percentage. I will try to find that in related indicator is value in dollars is given to us or not. So here you can see these all are the related indicators on the right hand side. In the second number, you can see gross capital formation, current USD dollar is given. So this can happen. I will click on gross capital formation. Again, the data of gross capital formation is there in front of me in current US dollars. Then I will click on Excel. We will try that units of the variable is same. If the units of the variable is not same, then it's a different thing. But we will try to make an attempt that at least all the units of the variable is same. However, it is not a rule. You can go with the percentage data as well. No issue in that. Again, I will click on data. I will extract the data for India from the file. INDIA India. Okay. Again, data is starting from 1960. Make sure that you check the variable which you are using are starting from the same number. I will select the entire data and copy and paste it in the sheet that I am preparing. Again, transpose is required to be pasted. This is the data for gross capital formation, GCF. Gross capital formation. Now, our sheet is ready. You can have the look at the sheet. Data is from 2000. Data is till 2024, starting from 1960. Now, it's very easy. Just few clicks and you will have the results of data analysis. Click on data. On the top ribbon, there is an option of data. Click on data, then click on data analysis. A new tab will open. Now in this tab, you can see n number of statistical tools are given to you. We will learn all these tools. One by one, we will learn all these tools. Right now, let us calculate regression. Fine. I will click on regression and I will click OK. First is input Y range. In input Y range, you will select the column of your dependent variable. GDP is a dependent variable. So starting from the name of GDP, you will select the entire column till end. Y. Y is your dependent variable. Next is X. X is your independent variable. So in the next column, you will select all columns of independent variable, all the three columns, including the name, including the cells in which name is written. I will select all the columns of independent variable. Then I will tick on labels. Labels means that in the first cell, on the topmost cell, name of the variable is written. Sometime you will directly have the number. If you directly have the number, then do not tick on labels. Right now, we have the name of the variable in the top ribbon, so we will tick on labels. Then we will tick on confidence interval. Just wait. Then we will tick on confidence interval. New worksheet is automatically selected. We will tick on residuals. We will tick on standard residuals. We will tick on residual plots. We will tick on line fit plot and we will tick on normal probability plot. So make sure that you are fully aware that we need to tick on all these parameters so that we can have the required results with us. It's simple now. Just click on OK. And you will have results of regression analysis in front of you in the new sheet. So here are the results. Now what you are supposed to do, all these tables, you will copy and paste it in a Word file, the research paper that you are preparing. Let me make a Word file, RP. The same research paper you will upload on the portal on which your proposal is accepted. And the same research paper you will submit me as your assignment. Fine. So I will tell you the title for the study in some time. Then we will write abstract. I will tell you how abstract is written. Then we write keywords. Then we write introduction. Then we write literature review. Then we write research methodology. Then we write data analysis. So in data analysis segment, you will paste all these tables. The first table is of regression statistics. Fine. I will press the enter. Second table of ANOVA you will paste. And the third table of coefficient analysis you will paste. This is the table of coefficient analysis. This also you will paste in the Word file. Control C. Okay. We need to focus that these two columns are repeated. This is the glitch in Excel. These two columns are repeated. So what we can do, we can delete these columns. Let us delete these two columns. They are repeated. No need to include it in your study. So these are your tables. You need to give them table number. So you will right click, insert caption. Table is selected by default. Otherwise in label, you can select what kind of label you want to choose. Equation is there, figure is there, table is there. So I will tick on tables right now. And these are regression results. I will name the table. Then you have ANOVA. Right click, insert caption. Table 2 will automatically come here. ANOVA. Then table 3, coefficient analysis. Coefficient. Click on OK. 3 tables are ready with us. Make sure that when you are submitting your assignments to me, all the stuff should be in Times New Roman, size 12. Fine. And this line spacing, you will click on this command. This line spacing should be 1, not more than 1. This is how, this will be the setting of the assignment that you will be submitting. And also your text should be justified. So when you will control A and you will click on this, your text will get justified. Make sure this particular command is highlighted. This particular option is highlighted. Fine, the text is justified right now. Now, all the diagrams also you will copy and paste. Normal probability plot. All diagrams. Paste them. GCF line fit plot. Imports line fit plot. Okay, just treat it as sample. All the diagrams will be copy and pasted, and make sure that you fit this diagram as per the margins of your Word file, so that it is easy to predict these diagrams. I will tell you how prediction is made. Now let us interpret the results of regression, of ANOVA, and of coefficient analysis. So the first value in the regression analysis is of multiple R. Multiple R is the coefficient of correlation. So I will write here the value of multiple R is the coefficient of correlation, which is positive, full stop. It means the variables are moving in same directions, full stop. If the value of one A variable is increased, the value of other variables shows similar directional push, full stop. Yes, I have dictated the interpretation of first tool, and you can see that value is positive. Yes or no? And it is 0.99. It means there is high degree of positive correlation between the variable. Fine, high degree positive correlation between the variable. If the values lies between 0 to 0.25, this low degree of correlation. 0.25 to 0.75, moderate degree of correlation. 0.75 to 1, high degree of correlation. Right now it is positive and it is 0.75 to 1. So we will say there is high degree of positive correlation between the variables. This is the interpretation of coefficient of correlation. Second one is R square. R square. The interpretation of R square and the interpretation of adjusted R square is absolutely same. The difference between the two is the formula of adjusted R square is quite big. So better parameter of making the prediction is adjusted R square. So we'll make our prediction on the basis of adjusted R square. Tell me what is the value of adjusted R square? It is 0.993108. It means the prediction rate is 99.3%. So I will say, let me type this as well. The value of adjusted R square is 0.993, which means prediction rate is 99.3%. Full stop. It means 100 out of 99 times I am able to predict the value of dependent variable through independent variables. Full stop. So this is how you will write interpretation of R square value. 99.3 means, sorry, 0.993 means prediction rate is 99.3%. It means you are able to predict the value of GDP with the help of export, with the help of import, with the help of capital formation. Next is standard error. Standard error is basically the difference between actual value and predicted value. Understand, with the help of regression, we are trying to make prediction. Will our prediction be always correct? No. There will be a difference between actual value and predicted value. This difference is nothing but the standard error. Our interpretation is done. Make sure that you write it yourself. I'm just giving you the sample how you're supposed to do it. Now table 2 is of ANOVA. All these values are not relevant for us. I'm only concerned with this significance F. So this significance F is essentially the P value. It is the P value. Let me write this here as well for your reference. This is the P value. The threshold limit of P value is 0.05. If the value of P is less than 0.05, it means relationship between variables is statistically significant. Statistically significant means we can use this analysis for making the policies. We can use this analysis for making the prediction. It means GDP is significantly influenced by the variable. Tell me The value is more than 0.05 or less than 0.05. Hurry up. 1.71 is more than 0.05 or less than 0.05. It is more than 0.05. No, it is less than 0.05. Why? Because E word is written. So E means almost zero. E stands for epsilon. E means almost zero. This value is almost zero. It means it is less than 0.05. It means that as per the analysis given in table 2, there is significant relationship between GDP, comma, export, comma, import, and gross capital formation. This is so because the value of significance F yes, the value of significance F, that is P value, is less than 0.05. It means relationship is statistically significant. This has been interpreted. Now, understand, ANOVA will give you overall influence of independent variable on dependent variable. What about individual influence? Exports are impacting in different manner. Imports are impacting in different manner. Gross capital formation will be impacting in different manner. So what about individual analysis? Individual analysis will be done by this coefficient analysis. Fine. Let us have a look at the coefficient analysis, and we will also write regression equation with the help of coefficient analysis. Let me take this to another page so that simultaneously we can look at the table and we can write our equation. Tell me now, what is the regression equation? Regression equation is y is equal to regression equation is y is equal to a plus b1 x1. How many variables are there? Basic equation is y is equal to a plus bx. Y is your dependent variable, x is your independent variable. But tell me, in the present case, independent variable are more than one. So b1 x1 plus b2 x2 plus b3 x3. Three independent variable are there. So the equation will look like this. Now let us start substituting the value from this. Okay, first of all, these are our independent variable: export, import, and gross capital formation. First of all, we will check their p values. These are its p value. If you will look at the p values, e minus e minus e minus is there in everywhere. Is there in every variable. It means p value is less than 0.05. All the variables are significantly influencing GDP. Exports are significantly influencing GDP. Imports are significantly influencing GDP. Gross capital formation is significantly influencing GDP. But the question is, whose influence is more powerful and whose influence is less powerful? Let us try to answer it. So the comparison of influence will be done by this. These are your beta coefficient. Beta coefficient means the value for B. These are your beta coefficient. Fine, let us write the equation. GDP is our dependent variable, is equal to A is the value of intercept. This A is the value of intercept. So this is 4.96 E plus. So it is plus. So we will write 4.9 plus B1. This is your B1. 6.3. 6.3 into X1. X1 is your independent variable, that is exports. So I'm writing exports here. Plus, okay, not plus because the value of coefficient is minus. It means there is negative relationship between import and GDP. What is GDP? GDP is final value of goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country within an accounting year. So it is the production done in the country. Export means that you're producing inside your country and then you are selling it to someone else. So you're producing it, na? So for exports, relation is positive. But in case of import, we are not producing it ourselves. We are purchasing from any other country. GDP has a direct relation with exports. Right now, the relationship with import is negative because instead of producing it, we are taking it from someone else. So what we will do, it is negative. So instead of plus, I will remove the sign of plus and I will apply the sign of minus. Minus value is 5.1. 5.1 into imports plus the next is in plus 2.6 into gross capital formation. Yes, this is your regression equation that we have made from the table, and all the variables are putting the significant influence on it. Now, which variable has more influence and which variable has less influence? Let us decide that. So, the variable with the highest value has the highest influence. The variable with the lowest value has the lowest influence. So, you can see exports are having the highest value of coefficient. It means it has the most powerful influence on GDP as compared to import and gross capital formation. Second, okay, if we compare -5 and 2, definitely mathematically 2 is a bigger number. But remember, when we compare coefficient, we take the modulus of it. We ignore the minus sign and then compare. So ignore the minus sign because minus only tells us the relationship is negative. For measuring the influence, minus sign will be ignored. Now tell me, which number is bigger, 5.1 or 2.6? Definitely 5.1. So imports are significantly influencing GDP, but in a negative way. Fine. Significantly influencing GDP, but in a negative way. Whereas gross capital formation, they also is significantly influencing GDP, but the significance, the influence, the power of the influence is least as compared to exports and import. This is how interpretation will be done. This is the normal probability plot. What you will do, you will cut Control X, you will cut this. Then you will right click the diagram. Again, insert caption. Here, table is selected by default. You will apply figure here. Figure. Then you will paste the name of the variable. That is normal probability plot. So the caption of the figure will come below it, make sure. And the caption of the table should come above the table. You need to make sure that. In the normal probability plot, upward trend can be seen. You will write figure 1 contains the normal probability plot in which upward trend can be seen. Now here is line fit plot. Interpretation of every line fit plot, whether it is for GDP, whether it is for import, whether it is for export, the interpretation will be absolutely same. So I will tell you the interpretation of one. You can see in orange color predicted values there, and in blue color actual values there of GDP. So you can see, if you want to have a better insight on it, let me increase the size of this diagram. Yes, you can see that almost all the predicted values and the actual values are overlapping each other. Aren't they overlapping each other or not? So since they are overlapping, it means we are able to make right prediction in the maximum cases. 99% prediction rate. 99% of the values will overlap. 99% of the values. Same interpretation you will write for this. Make sure that you put the appropriate caption. And majority of the values are overlapping. It means we are able to make good level of prediction of dependent variable through independent variable. This is how a regression analysis is applied. And this is how you interpret the results of regression analysis. Let us apply moving average on the same result, and then we will wind up our session. Yes, this is the sheet. Again, it is very easy. Click on data, click on data analysis, select moving average, moving average. Now only one variable can be used in moving average. So right now I'm calculating moving average of GDP. So I will select the entire column from beginning to end. The entire column is selected. Labels in first row. Interval will be given in the question. If it is not given, take interval equal to 3. Right now, let us say interval is given to us 10. Output range, select any empty cell. I'm selecting this empty cell in output range. Chart output tick, standard error tick. Okay. So you can see here, two columns are made. One is moving average of GDP. Another is RMSE of GDP. RMSE is root mean square error. Fine. So these are your moving averages and these are the results of RMSE. Let me reduce the size so that you can have an overview of the values. Yes, these are the results of moving average. You can see NAN is written since interval was 10. So on the 10th item, first two moving average will come. And here are the results of RMSE. So RMSE root mean square error. Error is the difference between actual value and predicted value. You can see actual value is given and predicted value is given to you. So moving average, basically it reduces the impact of fluctuations over time. Why we apply moving average? Because there are fluctuations in the data. I want to eliminate those fluctuations for making prediction. So how those fluctuations can be eliminated? By applying the moving average. This is how moving average is applied. Last thing to be discussed. Last thing. How to calculate descriptive statistics. So again, I will click on data. I will click on data analysis. I will click on descriptive statistics. I will click OK. Now in input range, I will select all the columns of which I want to calculate descriptive statistics. Fine, I will select all the columns from beginning to end. Then label summary statistics confidence interval. And then you will click on OK. You will have the results of descriptive stats, mean, standard deviation, median, all these values are there with you. Sorry, mean, standard error, median, standard deviation, sample variation, kurtosis, skewness, range, minimum value, maximum value. What is the sum of observation? What is the count of observation? What is the confidence level? So all these are the descriptive statistics. These descriptive stats also you will paste in your assignment, in your research paper, so that it gives an overview. Mode is NA. There is no value of mode, so you can delete this value. And the same table, you can copy and paste it and you will interpret it. What is interpreted by mean? What does standard deviation mean? What does variance mean? What does standard error means? Find all this interpretation is required to be done. So that's all for today's lecture. If you have any doubt, ask your doubt in the comment section. Make sure that you learn application of all these tools. You learn application of regression. You learn application of moving average. You learn application of calculation of descriptive statistics. ARMA model, I have already discussed in one of the video. That video will be available on my channel. If you want to learn ARMA model and its interpretation, you can consult that particular video. That's all for today's lecture. See you in the next class. Goodbye. Have a nice day.